Everybody's not willing to face rejection. Everybody won't take the controversy. Everybody won't take the heat. Everybody won't hold themselves to a higher standard.
It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage. This is an opportunity for you to grow. You've got to be so relentless. You've got to stand up inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up, and I got what it takes. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me.
Recycle your pain. Get something from it. You're already in pain. Use it. Do something with it. Allow it to take you to the next level. Allow your pain to push you to greatness.
It doesn't matter about what happens to you. What matters is, what are you going to do about it? You can decide that you're going to stand up to life
and embrace whatever comes to you. Don't run from it. Step toward it. Don't try and duck it like most people do. See, most people want it easy. Easy come, easy go. See, but when you go at what you're going to deal with and you deal with the difficulties of it, when you handle those hard things close at hand, making those hard decisions right now that you don't want to make, learning those things that you don't like to do, but you know that in order for you to get where you want to go, this is one of the hoops that you have to flip through. So if it's hard, then do it hard. How do you hang in there during the hard, difficult times, Les? You must have faith. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, your company, your ideas, unquestionably. You've got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. That it's not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. A lot of things are going to happen that will catch you off guard. And so therefore you've got to deal with and handle it as it comes. And not only that, but that faith and patience drives you into action. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. Some people, ladies and gentlemen, they stop because they don't see instant results. It doesn't happen quickly. They stop. Oh, no. You've got to keep on watering your drink. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to you. It's good to you. Why? See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. People know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
Dr. Cam Todd here, talking about 12 amazing script options for cold calls. These are just some of my favorite script calls. You get ready to make a cold call, you're going to need to have a handful of things that you say just routinely. I mean, just immediately after you say good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever. And that little bit of information is going to be your pitch. It's going to lead you into your pitch. So number one, tell me about your business. Okay, tell me about your business. I mean, you've done a little bit of research probably on it already. You know a little bit about what they're doing, but people love to talk about themselves and love to talk about their business. So let's start with tell me about your business. Number two, what is your role with the company? Determine whether you're speaking with a decision maker that way. See, might be a gatekeeper, might be the main person. You never know. Number three, is there someone else besides you that's involved with the decision making process? See what we're doing here? We're flanking the gatekeeper just in case. We got, is there someone else beside you? Or, you know, if they say no, I'm the one that handles it, then there you go. Number four, what is the biggest challenge in your shipping operation? Let's identify the areas in which you can add value to their process. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you what their biggest problem is because it's on their mind, okay? What type of freight do you move? Time sensitive, oversized, temperature controlled, whatever it might be. Doesn't matter what it is, write it down and then kind of archive it, put it in the back of your mind, and come back and address that later. Get to be a specialist on that kind of freight before you call them back. Number 6, what characteristics are most important to you when you're working with a logistics provider? Find out what's important to them and offer a solution. So you're data mining. You need to find out what they consider valuable. Number 7, what do you like most about your current freight broker? Copy the good, fix the bad. Okay, copy the good. They're used to it. Number 8, do you keep your options open when it comes to transportation providers? Now, that's one of my favorites right there. Do you keep your options open? Because you just never know. You know, maybe they're happy half the time or happy a third of the time or whatever the case may be. Number 9, what does the process look like for bringing on a new freight broker? That's a classic. You're basically just finding out how it happens. How do you measure success with your current freight brokers? In other words, how are they doing? How are they holding up? What lanes are you currently shipping? Is pretty standard. What's your best email so that I can provide you some quotes on the lanes that do need coverage? So there you go. There's 12 really excellent sound bites to get your early morning, afternoon, or evening sales pitch going. Okay? Okay, I get asked for sales scripts all the time, and I mean all the time. So I put a few together. Here's a couple of scenarios for you. It's a good sample telephone script, okay, cold call script. Just sort of use it as a guide. I mean, it's not ironclad one way or the other, just a little something. While we're calling the script, it's more of a guide. A cold call conversation is fluid, not scripted. A sample script might sound like something like this. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whichever it happens to be, and repeat their name. My name is Dr. Cam, and I'm an independent freight agent with Fresh Start Freight out of Memphis, Tennessee. I'm calling you today because I would love to introduce myself and our company to you and hopefully have the opportunity to work with you on lanes that could use our assistance. We're financially sound and been in business for over 10 years with a proven track record of success, working with high-profile customers such as yourself. We're committed to excellence and personalized service, and both of those situations have allowed us to maintain the longevity we have in the markets. Our company's built on hard work, integrity, reliability, and passion. If you give us the opportunity to work with you, I believe you'll find us to be a perfect choice to partner with. I would love the opportunity to earn your business. That's one of my favorite lines right there. A typical shipper's response. Be prepared for these 2 responses. I'm too busy to talk right now, or my freight's already taken care of. Shippers are busy. They're anxious to get you off the phone. In fact, they probably received several calls asking for their business before connecting with you. Independent freight agents must be quick on their feet and master at overcoming objections. You must be able to get the attention of the shipper quickly. How to stand out to your prospect. Here's a couple of ways you can stand out. How can you overcome your shipper objection? First, know before making the call the customer's freight's already being moved. What's the best response? Understand your freight's already being moved, but are you happy with the results? Do you have lanes that need improvement? Lanes that consistently have problems or issues? I would love the opportunity to work with those lanes for you to show you that I can do a better job or make your job easier. Be willing to offer a good rate and tackle the shipper's problems. You might be surprised at how quickly this gains your prospect's attention. I mean, naturally. If you can do a good job, then you've proven yourself, right? Sales savvy. As an independent freight agent, you have to be sales savvy. While a cold script may help you get you started, it's not the answer. Be prepared to hear the shipper say that he or she is too busy and the freight's already being moved or covered. Focus on how you can stand out by asking to take on problem lanes. If you do this successfully, you will gain the shippers and become a trusted source for your customers. Here are a few more scripts. I call these dynamite, okay? Dynamite scripts. Real small, but they pack a big punch. Starting off with number 1. I'm a freight broker specializing in whatever it is. I have trucks in your area delivering, and these are the kind of shipments that you do. This is a different way of asking for their business. You've already done your research on the prospect, so you know what they're shipping. You chose a similar freight haul for that exact reason. You know what they're doing, so you kind of come alongside and you say, hey, I'm going to be in the area, I'm already doing that. Knowing the prospect uses trucks you described, demonstrate your expertise and specialization by bringing attention to the fact that you have the particular truck in their area. Don't they have that kind of truck too? You've all heard me do that by saying, hey, I've got flatbeds in your area. Do you prefer long tarps, full tarps, short tarps? Do you have to have special straps to tie everything down. You need coil racks. Just use industry-specific terminology. Whatever you do, do not give your prospect a chance to say no. Consider if you say no to someone asking of you, you're likely to end the conversation right there. But if you say yes, you're sticking around for the follow-up question. Ask this question or a variation of it to get the prospect saying yes right away. Tell me about your shipments. Good companies love to talk about what they're doing. We talked about this earlier. Where do you ship to? How often do they ship? Do they have busy times and lulls? Are they currently doing the shipping themselves, or do they have a broker? Remember, take notes if you need them. What are their main responsibilities? The answer you want to hear is, I am the shipping manager, shipping decision maker, or in charge of freight here. Hopefully, you've been speaking to the right person because you did your homework on LinkedIn or another social media site that lists this person's work title. However, positions change and people might not update titles, so it's good for the subtle question just to be sure. If the contact's position did change, take a note of the correct title next to the name on top of your notes. If they're the director of purchasing, mention that based on everything they've told you, it sounds like you and this prospect will be a good fit for each other. Ask for the name of the shipping manager, and if blank, we'll give you the warm transfer. Note the name of the title person you're going to transfer to so that you can reference them throughout the call. So drop those names. You can call one place, remember who you worked with at the other place. When you get in the shipping decision maker, listen carefully to their responsibilities. Who else besides you makes shipping decisions is what you're going to ask. This is a double check. Your goal is to talk to the person with the power. Everybody else has problems you can potentially solve. Refer to your notes from earlier. But the person who makes the shipping decision is the only one who has the authority to let you assist him or her. What's your biggest challenge in shipping other than freight? Write down the answer to this question. What's your biggest challenge shipping your freight? Write down the answer when they talk to you. Ask follow-up questions to understanding their challenges beforehand so you can solve or write down the answer to the question. If a similar customer has a similar challenge, briefly share what you've done to solve their problem. So use your references. What's your biggest challenge shipping your freight so far? What are the main priorities while moving your freight? Another question you must write down the answer to. Usually these questions will be along the lines of price or transit time, but you might be surprised. And finally, what qualities do you look for in a great transportation provider? Your goal is to be excellent in this profession. Excellent results only come from excellent people with excellent work ethics. Knowing what's important to the decision maker will make them feel like you can fulfill their expectations and requirements. Moving on with more cold call ideas, prospecting to modern customers is a little different than it was back in the day, as everybody knows. Freight brokers work with customers across the country, so it's impossible to hit the pavement to solicit new customers like it used to be. Now and then you'll get lucky and there'll be somebody you can walk in and see, but it's rare. Very few businesses have the patience for off-the-street salespeople anyway. Freight brokers need to call and or email to find the new customers. We've taken the time to write up a few updated ways to find a different approach to the situation. Now, it only seems fitting that we should refresh our old cold calling post with updated ways to engage the prospects. Once you have a new list of prospects figured out, hit them up. You can email or message them, but there's nothing like a good old-fashioned phone call. You're a great freight broker because you provide excellent service. In order to provide excellent service, you know, the answers to the following questions concerning your current customers. What's the customer's challenges? What frustrates them? What do they wish other freight brokers would do but don't? What causes the customer stress? You're going to hear this over and over and over again. Prove to yourself you know these answers for your top 3 customers. Write them down on a piece of paper and keep their answers handy. On the other side of that paper, think about how to solve the issues. What other skills you use to bring the solutions to the table? Industry knowledge, a readiness to call 30 carriers to move one load if you have to, a trusted carrier network. Write down what you have that makes you a great broker to your other customers. Title these your value proposition. Now that you've written proof that you're a broker who understands customers, you should have confidence you're a great partner. Use that confidence while calling on new customers. Even if you don't feel like you're a good salesperson, you know you're a good freight broker, so that makes this work perfect for you.